Hey man, what's going on, man? GooseSports here, man, and LSU kept up with their winning ways, and with their the run ruling winning ways as they run rule southeastern Louisiana last night. The Lions, 15-2 in 7 innings I guess you call it a walk off grand slam. Uh, Put them over the top, and they won 15-2. And so they run rule Tennessee on Sunday. Now they run rule Southeastern on Tuesday. Now they got a big series coming up against Texas A&M this weekend. So we'll preview that a little bit later in the week, probably tomorrow. But right, so William Schmidt started the game with 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked one, struck out seven. So he pitched okay, I think hopefully William Schmidt. I think their plan for William Schmidt is probably more of a bullpen role. Uh, once they get to maybe if they get into the regionals and super regionals, when you start to play in a lot more games, consecutive days sometimes, LSU's going to need some. They're going to need some more available pitching from the bullpen. DJ Primo went an inning in the third. Jade Newt went an inning in the third, and Connor Ware went an inning, and neither one of those pitchers gave up a run, and only gave up two. He only gave up 2 hits since the when Primo and Ware. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so then over for Southeastern, they had a rough go at it as every single pitcher gave up a run. As Chase Ambrose only went an inning in the third, gave up 5 runs. 3 of them were earned. Luke Barbier went 2 innings, gave up 3 runs. Caleb Howell went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs. Fabre went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs. 2 of them were earned, and then Todorowski didn't get an out. He pitched the seventh inning, and he gave up 2 runs, and they both were earned. So Southeastern had a really tough go at it for their pitching staff, and their pitching staff came in with a really good ERA. I know it's in their conference, but still, their pitching staff came in with a really good, decent ERA. But LSU's bats were just was too much. As Derek Curiel went 2 for 2, he had 3 runs scored, and he had an RBI as he hit another home run. For him, as he had so just Curiel's playing really well. Dalton Beck was 1 for 1 with a run scored. Jared Jones is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He also had a home run. Costello was 0 for 1. Jake Brown was 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Nick Paul, he walked his only plate appearance. Dickinson was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Tanner Reeves walked his only plate appearance. Josh Pearson was 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Ethan Fry was 1 for 2, and that one was the grand slam home run. He had 4 RBIs. Milam was 0 for 3, and Milam has just been really struggling at the plate. John Pearson was 0 for 1. Braswell was 1 for 3 with two RBIs. Aaron Beatty was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Stanfield had a run scored. He was 0 for 1, and Priester was 0 for 1 for LSU. So, all right, so let's go over to Southeastern as they had 6 hits as a team. As Giovanni was 1 for 4, Salvaggio was 1 for 2. Then you had Connor O'Neill was 0 for 2. Sorensen was 0 for 1. Mo Little was 1 for 3 with 1 scored. Woods was 0 for 3. Lake and Polk was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Watts was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Parker Coley was 0 for 3. Jude Hall was 0 for 2. And Walters was 0 for 1 for Southeastern. As look at the scoring, as LSU scored first. In the first inning, they scored 4 runs as Curiel homered to the left. Jones homer to the left. Pearson singled up the middle to score a run, and then Curiel advanced on a throwing error, and then there's a throwing error, and then Aaron Beatty scored. No, that was the second. I'm sorry, that was the second inning. Or that was the second inning where Curiel advanced on a throwing error, and Aaron Beatty scored. That's their 5-0 after two. Then Southeastern came back in the third with a run in the third and a run in the fourth to make it 5-2. And that's when they took out Schmidt. And then for the fourth inning, LSU came back and scored. They scored 5 runs in the fourth as Jake Brown reached on the fielder's choice. Then they had a throwing error, and Stanfield scored. Dickinson singled, scored Brown and Curiel, and Braswell singled and scored Pearson and Dickinson. Then the fifth inning, Jones reached second on a pass ball. Then there was a unearned run as Curiel scored on that unearned run. And then the seventh inning, Fry hit the grand slam, and LSU won 15-2 as they walk it off in 7 innings. So they doubled. So they run rule Southeastern just like they run rule Tennessee. But now they got to go on the road to face Texas A&M this weekend. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, and I think that series is going to be a little testy for the Tigers because if you look at what they've done on the road in the SEC. You know, they came and they played Texas, and they lost 2 out of 3 to Texas on the road. They did sweep Oklahoma on the road. Then they went to Auburn and got swept on the road, and so now they got to go on the road to face Texas A&M. So hopefully we don't get. Hopefully it's not the Auburn series that shows up, but maybe it's the Oklahoma series that shows up. But LSU needs to come out and they need to win 2 out of 3 because they need to stay pace and to be in a top 8 national seed. As long as they win 2 out of 3 against A&M, 2 out of 3 against Arkansas, and 2 out of 3 against South Carolina, they should be locked in for a top 8 national seed. But if they go out and they get let's just say they get swept by Texas A&M. And they lose 2 out of 3 against Arkansas. Well, now you're starting to maybe, now they're starting to get maybe, on the fringe of maybe in the top 8 national seed. So you want to stay hot as Texas A&M is they're playing much better than they did early in the season. Arkansas, we're tied now with Arkansas in the SEC for second. I know South Carolina, they're towards the bottom of the SEC. So that's a series LSU should win against Carolina. But that's putting the cart before the horse. So Tigers win 15-2 as they run rule Southeastern Louisiana last night. The Lions from Hammond, Louisiana. So you guys have a good one, man. And we'll talk to you next time. Go Tigers.